What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I got another really awesome video for you guys. As you can see right here, I have the GEP-RC Moz 7 7-inch long-range drone from GEP-RC. And I've had this drone for the past few weeks. I've had the chance to really put it through its paces. I've taken it to a ton of locations around the Bay Area. I've gotten a lot of really awesome cinematic shots with this, so I feel like I'm in a really good place to share my experience with you guys about how I feel about this drone and why I think every FPV pilot and every drone pilot should have a 7-inch drone in their kit. So this is not going to be specific to the GEP-RC Moz 7, but I'm just going to be talking about 7-inch drones in general and why they're so essential if you're into cinematic filmmaking with drones. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see right now, I'm in probably one of the most epic drone spots I've ever been to in my life. And I know I say that every single time in a video, but I'm always trying to push myself to find newer and better spots so I can get really sick drone shots and tutorials for you guys. So right now, I'm at a completely new spot. I've never been here before. It's called San Pedro Point here. And the main goal today actually was to fly around these rocks over here. I saw these rocks the other day when I was driving around here and I just knew I had to come here. I can't believe I've never been here because honestly, for me, that looks just like the Apple screensaver. It looks really awesome and we got a really beautiful sunset today. And in addition, it's really awesome because this direction over here, there's a huge, vast coastline which is going to be absolutely perfect for my 7-inch. Launching. All right, guys, we're up in the air. We are approaching San Pedro Rock over here. Woo. Alright guys, so firstly we're going to talk about some background information as to why I decided to choose this 7-inch from GEP-RC. Firstly, I really like the brand GEP-RC. I've tried other brands like iFlight, I've tried Diatone, and I've tried all these different other brands, but I found that GEP-RC literally makes the most high quality and most reliable FPV drones. I have their Cinelog 35, I have 2 of those, and that's about it. I mean, I really enjoyed the engineering and I really love how reliable the Cinelog 35s are, which is a Cinewhoop. So I just knew that I would really appreciate and I would really like the 7-inch drone. And it took a while for me to upgrade to this because I really wanted to be comfortable flying and being the best pilot I can be before I buy an expensive drone like this, because this is definitely not a beginner drone. You don't really want this to be your first rig. You definitely want to experiment with Cinewhoops, with 5 inches, try out all the other drones before you land on this, because this is definitely more of a specialized rig, because you definitely don't want to lose this thing. This thing is pretty expensive. It's about $800, and when you have a GoPro on there, that's another $400, and D-filters, batteries, which is $100. So this thing can really add up fast. So you definitely want to save this kind of rig when you feel like you're ready for it. And I feel like this past few months, I've been really excited to get a drone like this because I've been flying so much at these really vast locations, and the drones I had before just weren't cutting it. I was trying to do long range with a 3.5-inch Cinewhoop, and I know that sounds super silly, but I mean, I just really kind of like that drone because it's so reliable, but I was really starting to find its downfalls and its faults when trying to fly in really vast environments. I was finding that, sure, I could get some decent shots, you know, if I'm lucky, but the wind would really push it around like it was a freaking DJI Mini 3, and the battery life was legit only 3 to 4 minutes with the GoPro Hero 11. And when you're flying at these vast locations, you definitely want a bigger drone because you're able to really take advantage of your space. Because when you're flying a little drone, you're always thinking about the battery, you're always thinking about the wind, and you can't really let yourself get loose, you know? When you fly a 7-inch drone like this, you can literally just forget about the battery. You can forget about the wind factors. You can literally just put the battery on, start rolling on your GoPro and just take off and just really just flow. And this thing has not ceased to impress me. I mean, I've taken it to some really awesome coastline locations lately. I took it to Pacifica, I took it to Half Moon Bay, and I've been really enjoying just the freedom I've been getting with this kind of rig. I'm able to just really soar around and really take advantage of the space, because when you're not focusing on those small things, you could literally just relax and really just kind of get some really far shots, honestly. Like, I know you guys might not be too into long range and stuff, but this thing is absolutely amazing for medium range. I just really want to get some awesome shots of that rock over there. And I think the 7-inch is going to do absolutely amazing because it's really windy here. And honestly, that's not too far for the 7-inch. I know it looks kind of far, but with the 7-inch, I could get about 10 minutes of flight time if I'm just cruising, and that's gonna be absolutely perfect. And I think that that's where the 7-inch is gonna have a huge advantage over the 5-inch, because the 5-inch has smaller motors. It's gonna be pushing a little bit more to lift that GoPro, so I might run out of battery a lot faster. But with the 7-inch, I could definitely take a chill, relax, and just get some nice cruising shots around there. And in addition, I think the 7-inch is really gonna excel flying down that coastline over there. I mean, I just can't get over how beautiful that looks. I mean, I have such a great line of sight up here. I think I'm gonna have a really good connection. I honestly anticipate I'm gonna have a full 50 megabits, probably my whole flight, because I'm just at the perfect launching point here. And it was about a 40-minute hike. It wasn't easy. It was actually a lot of work, but it was well worth it, because now that I'm up here at this awesome viewpoint, I have a way better line of sight up here compared to down there. I have a way larger range I can fly as well. If I decided to launch from there, I wouldn't have had access to this really nice coastline over here. And lastly, it's just so much more low key here, and it's just way more beautiful up here. When I'm up here, I literally have a whole place to myself. I have all this area, I have all the space to really just take a step back, meditate, and just get some really sick shots. So we're losing light here, but I'm gonna continue setting up. In addition, the connection on this thing is absolutely awesome. On this drone, I'm running the DJI O3 Air unit with the TBS Crossfire and my goggles too. And honestly, I've been maintaining almost near perfect connection on all these flights I've been getting. Unless I'm dipping behind a bunch of trees or dipping behind some rocks and stuff, I'm not dipping any more than like below 30 megabytes. Other than that, I've been noticing a full 50 megabytes my whole flight. So that's why I love this thing so much, because you literally don't have to think about anything. Your connection is great the whole time. Your battery life, 10 minutes. It does absolutely amazing in the wind. You literally don't even feel any of the wind because it's so heavy, and you got these really big motors and props. So, I mean, I can't stress enough how game-changing this has been for me as a cinematic pilot, as someone who really loves flying outdoors. So I think this has been an awesome drone to get. All right, guys, so right now we're flying the 7-inch, and I already did a nice little loop around the San Pedro rock over there, and right now I'm just flying down this other coastline just to see how far I can get, do some range tests. And overall, as usual, the 7-inch has been performing flawlessly. Right now, I'm all the way over here, and I still have a full 50 megabytes, and I still have 3.83 volts. Only been flying for about 3 minutes now, but overall, the 7-inch is doing exactly how I anticipated. It's really able to cut through the wind over here. I don't feel as affected from the wind from my other drones. And yep, maintaining absolutely amazing connection even though I'm super far. And I really like this spot because there's just so much diversity. I could literally do cliff diving, mountain surfing. I can do cool beach type coast flying. I can fly around these rocks over here. I mean, there's just so much diversity over here. It's freaking awesome. I can just dive down these rocks over here. All right, guys, right now I'm having so much fun cruising around here. I just love how much diversity there is here. I can literally do cliff diving. I can do mountain surfing. I can do really close proximity around this really awesome rock over here. I could get some really cool low flying shots along the coastline. I mean, there's just so many options here, and I think that's what makes a great drone spot. When you have just so many different types of shots you can get, so many different locations all within the same spot, I think that's when the spot is priceless. I mean, this spot is literally priceless. I don't know how much I would pay to come here, but There's just so much beauty to be captured here. I really like flying around this rock over here because there's so many cool birds. I got some really cool color palettes going on, the white, probably from all the bird poop, honestly. Then I got the dark rock mixed with the blue, and then it's contrasting with that really nice, bright sun orange in the sunset, so. Overall, very, very satisfied with how the 7-inch is performing here. I've been flying for about 6 minutes now, and I still have a few more minutes left of battery life, which is awesome. I probably would have a dead battery by now if I was flying my 3.5-inch or if I was even flying the 5-inch, to be honest. So that's what's so awesome about this. I can comfortably just keep surfing, keep getting good shots without having to worry about my battery life, without having to worry about my connection. Honestly, the more I get to know this 7-inch drone, it's really just like flying an FPV Mavic. I mean, it's so reliable, the connection is amazing, the battery life is great for an FPV. I mean, it's just the best, most ultimate filmmaking drone, to be completely honest, and that's exactly why I got it. And I love FPV because you're just able to get so close to the rocks here. You're able to get so close to the cliffside. It creates this really nice motion blur. It makes your shots look really dynamic. I love it. Right now I'm getting really close to the rocks here, really just trying to film these birds here, really use that backlight to my advantage. I mean, it's looking great. Right now we're about 7 minutes and 30 seconds now, have about 3.59 volts, 3.6, but whenever you get some amazing shots like this, you always just want to play it safe, just kind of head back home, you know. Don't try to push it because if I go down, this is basically unretrievable, so. I'm gonna land soon. Clear launch pad, clear launch pad. One tip I have for you guys is always just take it slow when you're trying to land, you know, don't push it. Don't try to stress your battery, you know, just kind of cruise it. Really trust your gear, you know. All right, so another reason why I really like flying a 7-inch drone is because it's almost kind of like a cinema camera for drones. And I know I'm just flying a GoPro Hero 11 on this, but what I mean by that is a cinema camera is really made to just get the job done. Obviously, cinema cameras like a Komodo, a FX6, a Sony Burano, Black Magics, a Red Raptor, they're much bigger, you know, but they're bigger for a reason, because they serve a purpose, because they're meant to be used on professional sets and professional shoots. And that's how I feel about what a 7-inch drone is. Like, obviously, trying to hike with this thing is a little bit heavier, you know. You have to carry bigger batteries. It's a little bit more noticeable. It looks really expensive. It definitely draws attention, but for me as a professional pilot, I don't really care about that. For me, all I care about is just showing up at a location and just getting the most awesome and most epic shots. Because as an FPV pilot, a lot of the times there's not that many people around. Like, I'm the type of person where I like to go hiking. I like to find these really awesome secluded viewpoints. And when you're at these spots, no one's there. No one's looking at your drone. Oftentimes, I'm the only person there. So I really don't care about what my drone looks like. I just want a drone that really performs and gets the job done. And that's why I really compare it to a cinema camera, because obviously it's bigger, it's more expensive, it looks more professional, but at the end of the day, when I'm at these spots, I'm just trying to make the best videos I can. I'm trying to make YouTube videos for you guys. I'm trying to really push myself and just really try to improve my cinematography skills. And that's why I like having a drone like this, because when I show up at a location, I'm able to fly for a lot longer I'm able to push through any sort of weather conditions that may be in front of me, and I'm able to just really enjoy flying my rig, and really I feel inspired by this. And I think that's a huge part about drones is you always want a drone or a camera that inspires you, because obviously with the tools nowadays and technology, everything is great. The new iPhone is awesome. Mavics have great cameras, and obviously I can get similar shots on a 5-inch or a 3.5-inch. But at the end of the day, you really want to just look into yourself as a pilot and find out what kind of gear excites you and really kind of pushes you to go out and shoot. Because before this, I feel like I wasn't that inspired to go out and shoot that much with my 3.5-inch, because it just wasn't really the right rig for that. Obviously a 3.5-inch is awesome for flying around a park and flying around buildings and stuff, doing close proximity stuff. That's what it's made for. But upgrading to a drone like this has really kind of sparked that excitement in me again to get awesome shots at the coastline, and really push me to find new awesome spots around the Bay Area. It's inspiring me to travel more, and just overall just really kind of build my reel as an FPV pilot. Because at the end of the day, I think more than any other filmmaker, as an FPV pilot, you really want to always be mindful of the locations you're shooting in. Because with drones, obviously the best shots are when you have a subject, like doing sports stuff, car stuff, motorcycle stuff. Obviously that's the most exciting stuff. But I think as drone pilots, another really amazing thing we can do is film landscapes. Honestly, I really like finding new spots. I think that always inspires me as a drone pilot. Like, you guys know how it is flying around your hometown, flying around at the park. It gets really boring fast. So with drone filmmaking, you always want to try to push yourself to find new spots. Because compared to a regular camera, you don't always want to be just going to your downtown filming random B-roll of cars and stuff. Like, you always want to be pushing yourself to find a new subject and new locations, because that's what drone filmmaking is all about. I know we can't always have the most awesome subjects, but we can always find the most epic sunsets, the best that we can do. So that's why I love drone filmmaking so much, and that's why I love this drone so much. Alright guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed going out and getting some shots for you guys and making this video for you guys. Please be sure to hit subscribe, leave a like, and turn on your bell notifications. It really helps out my channel. I'm almost at 1K now, and I'm actually going to go on a few trips soon, so make sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be posting some really awesome content and definitely more drone videos, more camera videos, so definitely be sure to stay tuned. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.